Hey everybody, it's me, Maris. It's Tuesday night and I'm not really down with the lighting in here. I've even got my little, let me bring it in a little closer. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so I even have some lighting going on. I wasn't real happy with the lighting, and the man, he hung that up for me. I'm so happy. It's that really cool, groovy wall hanging or tapestry, whatever you want to call it, on through there. So let's do a little smudging to begin. I have a deck that belongs to Gabby. Let's do your smudging here, smudging you. And so I have Gabby's deck. It's called Mystic Afternoon. And so I thought, well, you know what, while I have the deck and Gabby's letting me use it, guess what? I'm going to do some readings. I don't know, I may have forgot to put on to where I can see the comments. So make sure you like the video, like the Facebook Live broadcast. Loving it would even be better. Hey Donna, how are you? So playing with the Mystic, it's called Mystic Afternoons. It's by some chick named Hannah. They're real whimsical. They remind me of Sunday afternoons. I like Sunday afternoons. Sunday afternoons are cool. Almost as cool as a Saturday afternoon. But Sunday afternoons are cool. But it reminds me of a Sunday afternoon when you're just kind of like, I wouldn't say laying around, but you're kind of laying around. You know what I mean? Just enjoying the day, enjoying the vibe. Maybe you're watching, maybe if it's the weather's nice, you're outside in your backyard or something to that effect. Just enjoying the day, and that's what they remind me of. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Let's see how many she kicks out to us here. Okay, there's 2, 3. Let's see if we get any more. Okay, hey, yeah, we got several. Alright, so everybody have a drink or some kind of snack or something like that, because this is a several card reading that we're going to use. Again, this deck is called Mystic Afternoons. I like what she writes, and this is Hannah, the girl that created the deck. She writes on there, she says, place the deck in your hands or spread them on a table. Then take a deep breath and close your eyes. Focus on an area of your life that is unclear, or ask, show me what I need to know. That's usually what I like to say, show me what I need to know. Use your intuition to choose cards without looking, well, they came flying out, to help you answer your questions. Choose as many as you feel guided to. We have 6 or 7. These cards are mystic tools and practices to get you back into your spirit. So that's kind of like a really good focus or a mantra for 2021 is getting back to you. Getting back to you, body, mind, and spirit. And so I like these cards. They're just really whimsical. Alright, so we're going to say this is like consejo, or the old Spanish abuelita when they give you advice, you know, or you go and you cry on grandma's shoulder and grandma says something like, mija, fíjate, mira nomás. I mean, just like, look, you know, let's just look at this, and you look really in depth into the situation and get your answer. So this is what these remind me of. Just like that kind of very cool, groovy, consejo Sunday afternoon groove. So let's take a look at what energy is talking about for us as we move into, and let's make this a little bigger, move into 2021. And it's talking about dancing and letting the body move and express itself. But let's look at the express itself. So now is the time for us to start going into a sense of movement and being who we are. Okay, and if you look at this, in a metaphoric way, we have been in a cocoon of sorts, really kind of learning about ourselves and who we are and how we believe and those wonderful kind of information things, self-information. And now it's time to start thinking and moving towards expressing all of those things that we've learned about ourselves over the past year. So this is talking about growth and movement. It's talking about expressing yourself. Okay, now we see that we have a card, and this card, let's see, can everybody see that? Let me make it a little bigger. Okay, this card is the illusion card, but we see that the illusion card is in an upside down position, so it's going to have a little bit more of a softer meaning to it. So we're talking about coming out of the illusion and seeing the truth. But when we look at it like this, what we're seeing is that we're in a little bit of denial in some of the truth. And it's not so much that we're saying, no, it doesn't exist. But if it's, I don't see it, okay, because we're looking at, and it looks like an eye. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. So we can pretend or avoid seeing or making some sort of contact with whatever this dilemma is, and or obstacle, because it's an obstacle in our path right here in this card, that we're going to be we're in a state of a little bit of denial that it exists. So it's, again, we're looking at that aspect of, if I don't acknowledge it, if I don't appreciate it, meaning see it with the naked eye, it doesn't exist. That can be about relationships, that can be about our own personal behaviors, that can be about, ooh, somebody's getting upset out there. They're all fighting over a seat. There's a chair everybody likes out there. All my dogs like it, and so they're fussing over a chair. So when we're looking at that illusion and upside down, it's talking about, yeah, we're still kind of acting like something doesn't exist. And I'm getting the little vision from a little commercial meme kind of thing that's on YouTube. And it's Ganesh. And Ganesh is one of the Indian gods that's the elephant. And another one of the deities says something, well, now that you're talking about it, can we talk about the elephant in the room? And he goes, it wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now. So it's kind of like we're in denial of that elephant in the room. We're not bringing it up. We're not healing through it. We're not moving through it. And that is an obstacle in our progression moving forward as groovy people. All right, so let's take a look at the next one, because this actually is our help. And I'm like, oh my God, it really is a help. And so the card that we're looking at now for this aspect of it is the gifts cards. And this is about bringing your innate, intrinsic gifts, those groovy things that you can do. This is about bringing them to the forefront and utilizing those in order to, and I'm going to use the word tithe, to your community or to your world. So if you're really good at something, a good way to connect in with people is to either start that business or volunteer with that. I'm getting something along the lines, if you're a really good cook and you like to cook for a really big group, get together with your girls and your guys and feed the homeless. Do something that takes your talents and bring it out to the world and, or your community, and let them experience what your talents are. So it's like, don't be ashamed of something that you do really well, because that is what will actually I'm looking at it, that's what the world will honor in you. That's what people will honor in you, are your natural gifts that you bring to the world, to the table, to your community. So this is a really intense little card when you think about it. This is about you opening up your body, your mind, your spirit, to be connected with the world, with your gifts. And that's a really pretty intense energy. That's an intense level of responsibility, not only for yourself, but for others. To do that with a sense of integrity and kindness with that. So that's a really pretty intense energy, and that is your help. And that's helping you open up those gifts and utilize them for cool, groovy things. So, I mean, it was like, that's probably the first time I've ever seen a help card that was like truly a help card. Alright, so some of the things that would be occurring in through this, and we've got some really good vibe here. And this is about medicine or healing. And this is kind of a push to look outside the box. I'm getting a lot of like ancient wisdom. I mean, and this kind of looks like an elephant with the two husks coming out through here. So like here's the elephant, and then a husk, and then it's kind of cut off. So when I'm looking at this, I'm picking up this energy, like this ancient old wisdom. Go back to the basics. I was watching Wells Fargo last night, and there was an episode where there was a lady that I guess her family went to school at, Boston College for medicine or whatever, and somebody gets hurt, and so the guy goes, well, let me go get some cobwebs. Cobwebs are good for stopping the bleeding. So she's looking at him like, cobwebs, that's disgusting. Like contaminated growth, she'll like make it worse. And so they kind of look at him and they go, oh, he studied with old doc so-and-so. He's the doc around here. And so he goes out and gets the cobwebs. And then puts them on this wound, and boom, the wound stops. And so later on, she kind of softens, and she realizes that there's a lot of value in some of that ancient folkloric medicine. And they were talking about how the Indians did a lot to teach them on the frontier about the different herbs and the different things that you could use in healing. So this is what this card's referring to. It's saying, in your journey, start thinking outside the box. There's more to allopathic. There's more to whatever you're doing. Look outside the box and think how you can benefit from other or alternative practices, how it may actually augment or enhance the allopathic experience. All right, so our next card is expression. And if you remember what the very first card is let the body move and express itself. So that's about activity and getting into it. And then now we've got this encouragement again that's telling you, express yourself. Let people hear your voice. You've been silent. You've been quiet. And I'm getting this vibe of some people are ashamed to say anything because they don't know how other people will take it. Sometimes if you keep your mouth shut, everybody keeps their mouth shut, and then there is absolutely no exchange of groovy thought or food for thought. That we stay stuck in a routine, or we stay stuck in a routine of, well, that's the way things always have been. And when we do that, we don't grow as people. We don't look at the world with a different set of eyes or through a different perspective. So this card over here again is expression, and it's the big old kick in the behind saying, get out there and shake your groove thing. Shake your groove thing. Do your thing. Show people who you are. Share that with the world. And then this looks like the last card of the reading. And this one's an interesting card. It's the sacral chakra. And it talks about awakening your sensuality and your intimacy. Now, that doesn't always mean sexual stuff. It really doesn't. It can also mean about your own sensuality of self-love and self-care. And that intimacy that I'm picking up through there is... Okay, and I'm going to say it like this. How often do you make love to yourself? And I'm not talking about masturbation. But how often do you make love to yourself? That's what this card is really about. It's about you digging on you. You having a love affair with you. Embracing yourself, loving yourself, doing those little winks in the mirror when you walk by, saying things like, I love you, in the mirror. When you're looking at yourself and you're like, oh my God, Maris, I can't do that. That's so scary. And I'm like, I know, it's scary, but do it. You will actually really benefit from that. Because when you start loving yourself and loving on yourself, that opens you up for others, especially your partner, to love on you and treat you in the manner that you want to be treated in. That's what this card is about. You have to make love to yourself before you can be making love with other people. The end of the day, if you're not feeling groovy and intimate and close with yourself, you can't really truly feel groovy and intimate with somebody else. They're not going to make you feel complete. Okay? Only you can make yourself feel complete. You just kind of help a partnership when you both are feeling complete and you come together. You just create a really stronger bond. But you as an independent entity, self, being, vibration, whatever, you got to love on yourself and be total love yourself for self before you can open that up to others. So you've got a lot of homework to do. You got to work on expressing yourself. I've got a paint class coming up. I'm not a totally cool artist, but I can do some mean acrylic pours. Express yourself. It's really important to do that. Let people see who you are and hear your voice. Think outside the box. I love these cards, Gabby. I may never give them back to you. Well, I will, really. Gifts. Okay, let your star shine. Let your star shine. Let everybody know who you are. So, I hope you enjoyed this evening's reading. I've got like a bunch of dogs underneath my knees and my feet and etc. And so I need to like move them out of here. And if I can get them to sit in the other room with their dad, I will try to be back. And we'll do a little meet and greet so everybody can say hi and get to know each other. So peace, love, and harmony. I hope to see you very soon, like in just a little bit.